September 24th, 25th, 26th. Alexandria Bay, Thousand Islands, New York. 6:30 a.m. 41 anglers, 41 pressmen, 41 boats here to compete in the 10th anniversary of the Bassmaster Classic. The most prestigious tournament of tournaments with the largest total purse in Bassin history, near $100,000. The total weight of bass will decide who will take the top honors. But now a second to reminisce, to recap the memorable moments of the past 3 days. We remember how the first tournament day became clear and sunny and revealed the beauty of the Thousand Islands. We remember the crowds who cheered as we brought in our catch from the 3 days' fierce competition. We remember the third and final day of competition, when the stormy, balmy, turbulent, and dangerous weather swept from many the hopes and dreams of fame, of glory, of victory. We remember the tension and anxiety. We remember how the hopefuls wondered who may have bested them at their game. Hank Parker, the winner of the 1979 Bassmaster Classic, wonders how he would like to take another first-place win back to his home in North Carolina. Basil Bacon, last year's runner-up, dreams that this year will be the year. And Bo Dowden, always a bridesmaid but never a bride, has never won a fishing tournament of any kind in his entire life. The 41 greats of the bass fishing world have done all they can. What is held in the live well will tell all that needs to be told. Who has beaten the best of the best?
Right up to your back door. You got the classic. Fine, I'm delighted. You're happy too. You bet. We're happy. We'll be there and I'll be back in touch with you real soon. Fine. It's set. We're going to go to the Thousand Island area on the St. Lawrence River in upstate New York. That's discovered. Yeah. All right. Now look.
The classic site is always selected as far in advance as possible, and this year is no exception. Months of planning is needed to accomplish such a feat.
Now, one thing we got to all remember is that we got more people than we had last year. We got 20 more fishermen and another 20 more pressmen, so everything's going to have to be a little bit more.
Since this is the 10th anniversary of the Classic, it's to be the biggest event in bass fishing. Contestants are competing for their share of the near $100,000 purse. And what would be more appropriate than New York to host the Classic? New York State is more than just New York City. It's a vast and varied land. Extending northward to the province of Ontario, Canada, the Empire State greets the St. Lawrence River and the 1,000 islands. Upper New York State, and especially the Thousand Islands, is a sportsman's paradise. It's to Alexandria Bay in this paradise that the bass angler greats have come. This year is an especially important event. It's the 10th anniversary of the conservational and environmentally oriented Bassmaster Classic. The 10th anniversary cake is but a symbol of the success and achievements. Larry Nixon, for example, landed 200 pounds of tournament fish this year, and that won him the title of 1980 Bass Angler of the Year. That $2,500 check from Stren, sewn on the back of his jacket, makes it a mighty valuable windbreaker.
I tell you what, you just don't know what a privilege this is to be standing up here Angler of the Year for bass. It's something I've always had my sights set on, and until this year I just couldn't really get everything to fall into place, and it's just an honor I'll never forget. I could win this classic, and to me, right now, it wouldn't mean as much as being Angler of the Year.
For one evening, all can rest and enjoy the first of the 1980 Bassmasters Classic long lineup of multinational entertainment. Everybody, including Ray Scott, actively participates in the Greek festival. But we can't make merry too long, for in the morning, the fishing begins. Winning a classic means finding the right pattern for the area you're fishing in. Many here find that the secret lies in fishing along rocky ledges next to the grass beds, but staying out of the grass.
There's some more of that grass. Well, that stuff wraps up and it doesn't want to sling loose. Up here, that's different from what we've got at home. That stuff's like wire.
Compounding his woes, a fisherman often finds that the grass is not the only thing different from back home. The pattern that he uses to find and catch fish in more familiar waters may be different as well. Then, once he finds a successful fishing pattern, there's no guarantee it will last. Bass families do not set up the dinner table with the same regularity that people do.
There he is. Hey, that's a nice fish.
Top angler Bo Dowden is 7th in all-time money winnings.
Well, I've seen people get more sophisticated with their bass fishing by 10,000%. They used to go out with little old rods that barely could catch a bass. Couldn't hardly stick the hook through the skin of the fish. Now we've got various baits that just, and rods, you just can't imagine how much more improved they are.
Could it be that part of Bo's success is that he no longer fishes with a cane pole? One of the amazing changes has been the improvement in bass boats. The 1980 Classic boat was specially designed for the Thousand Islands Bassmaster Classic. A bassman wants a boat that can safely and quickly cover a huge area. The Ranger boat does that. Their 17-foot limited edition bass boat with wide V hull was built to house the most modern fishing equipment and accessories. Powered by a 6-cylinder Mercury motor, the boat also comes complete with a motor guide trolling motor, Hummingbird chart recorder, and an in-dash and bow-mounted depth finder, all powered by Gould batteries. All 41 boats for 41 contestants are identical. The classic contestants compete with equal equipment. Who's best will be determined by skill and individual effort.
It's awful hard to make a statement that so-and-so is the best fisherman, because we've got so many fishermen out on the water that's just equally as skilled as the guy in the next boat down. Other than competition, there must be 20 million out there that enjoy themselves, and that's what fishing is all about. So it's sort of hard to say that old Joe down the road there is better than old Tom up the street. They've both been out there 30 years, so how could you say one's better than the other?
Come here.
Best or not, the winning fisherman will have to weigh in more pounds of fish than his competitors. But he can't bring in any more than 5 fish per day. And the fish must be at least 14 inches, otherwise it's back into the drift.
We have the first contestant coming in.
It's the first day weigh-in. The end of the day's results may tell us who has found the Thousand Islands pattern.
H.J. Steve, he's a roofing contractor. This is his second classic, and he had a great day of fishing, it appears. 5 bass for H.J. Stevens. 5 bass alive in the weight. 11 pounds, 12 ounces of H.J. Stevens. Nice hand call, H.J. Stevens.
The crowd of over 1,500 cheer as television host Roland Martin rolls in. Does he have the 5 fish maximum? Yep, he sure does.
40 years old, his wife Mary Ann, I'm not sure she's here, but she'll be in tonight, I believe. 5 bass. 5 alive. 12 pounds, 2 ounces for Roland Martin, folks. Let's give him a good hand. That's a good start. Remember, we got 3 days now.
And here's Jimmy Houston, another outdoor television show host. And like Roland Martin, he's from Oklahoma. But Jimmy has only one keeper for the opening day.
This is his 4th classic. And in 1978, he finished out of 200 or more fishermen here in Thousand Islands. He finished 8th place.
Jimmy Houston is not alone. Bill Ward from Amsterdam, Missouri has only one fish. Oh, look who's here. Bo Dowden. Bo runs a bait and tackle shop, and he's never won a fishing tournament. Looks like he's landed some lunkers, though. Not bad for a weekend angler.
This is his 6th classic. He turned pro several years ago. He got on the bass fishing circuit. He finished 2nd in the 1976 classic, and he finished 3rd in the 1977 classic. So he's dynamite. Bo Dowden has a limit. 5 bass, 5 alive. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. 20 pounds, 5 ounces. Let's go.
If Bo can do that 3 days in a row, he'll break the all-time classic record.
Basil Bacon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 bass, 5 alive. This is a good weight of bass. 5 bass, the St. Lawrence River, and the weight, 15 pounds, 11 ounces. How about that?
Basil Bacon was runner-up in last year's classic. He's from Springfield, Missouri. If he keeps bringing in the keepers like these, he could win the classic. Here's John Powell. He's won 3 bass tournaments and placed in the money in 36 of 66 tournaments entered. Some even say he's worm-fished bass out of flooded cow tracks.
3 bass, 3 alive for Johnny Powell. The weight, 9 pounds, 3 ounces. Nice hand for Johnny Powell. The classic in
Uh-oh, Billy Phillips hasn't any fish, but he's not alone. According to our count, 10 Bassmasters had no keepers today, and 11 contestants had only one. But how about the man we've all been waiting for? The 1979 Bassmaster Classic winner, Hank Parker. Will the Bass Pro, who took home more than $25,000 last year, do it again?
And he has a total of 5 bass, and the weight, 15 pounds, 2 ounces. We got a man moved into second place. Now we'll weigh his big bass.
15 pounds, 12 ounces for 5 fish. Just look at that scoreboard. Last year's champion is a serious contender once again. Presently holding the #1 spot is Bo Dowden from Louisiana. As the first day's weigh-in comes to a close, almost 100 media members gather in the Classic press room to pound out tournament information to major newspapers, television studios, and radio stations. The weigh-in was a time of tension and anxiety. But the evenings after the weigh-ins are one of relaxation and merriment. There's nothing like a good German band to put you in a festive mood.
I got 5 o'clock. Time to release it. That's the AP story. UPI, and it's a general wrap-up, Dave. You may have something to add to it. Alexandria City, here we come.
When Bob Cobb released the location of the 1980 Bassmasters Classic to the press and anglers, he knew that the Thousand Islands has a reputation as one of the best black bass fisheries in the U.S. He also knew the sportsmen would enjoy the super scenic wonders found there.
No matter where you go, and nobody can compare it. It's when it plays.
There's coves and waterways seldom found in other lakes and rivers. Residents claim one of the smallest international bridges in the world, linking Canada and the United States. The 5th span of the Thousand Islands International Bridge connects Georgia Island to the Canadian mainland. There's Tom Thumb Island, said to be the smallest official island among the more than 1,800 islands in the region. Bolt Castle was built in 1900 by George C. Bolt for his wife. Truly, from small and large island homes to towering religious domiciles, the Thousand Islands of the St. Lawrence River offer an eye-full feast beyond compare. Well, you know what they say about New York drivers. They'll drive just about anywhere. As the Bassmasters compete in the second day of the 10th Super Bowl of bass fishing, Bobby Murray, twice a Classic winner, reflects on the changes in bass fishermen during the past 10 years.
Well, the main thing I've seen probably in the last 10 years, everybody's got a lot better than they used to be. About 10, 15 of us really do a lot of seminars and teach a lot of fishing classes, and probably the main thing is that everybody's been listening awful good. Competition's got better. The average angler is a whole lot better angler than he was 10 years ago.
A nice hand for Don Doty of Santa Ana, California.
The end of the day's results may tell us who has found the Thousand Islands pattern. As the totals are tallied, it looks like a few changes in the leader lineup. Roland Martin moves from 7th to 5th place. And Cliff Kraft makes a big jump from the #9 spot to a serious 4th place position. Still, the top 3 contenders remain the same. And Bo Dowden, never before a winner, holds on to the top in this test for the best. But there's danger in being a leader. Everybody will be watching and asking questions about him. Where does he fish? What bait does he use? What time of day does he catch his fish? Think about it. What did you do the last time somebody asked about your favorite honey hole? It's the eve of the final tournament day. There's a time to fish, and there's also a time to relax. Still, it's hard for many to forget about today's fishing.
And one night old Arnold was just sitting back there watching TV, and he said, I think I'd love to be one of them movie actors. So he went out and he got him one of them portfolios together.
Certainly Eddie Reasner's little friend will remind some of their big bass hogs.
They film casted him for one of those new movies, a James A. Michener film, Porkers in Paradise.
The first prize means a minimum of $30,000. And that first prize money is not all that goes to the leader. Past tournament champions have received product endorsements worth twice their classic winnings. Others have found new career doors suddenly open to them. So who knows just how valuable winning the 10th anniversary classic will be. The last 10 years of classics have provided more than fame and fortune for a few top anglers. They've provided knowledge and know-how for younger Bassmasters.
One of the biggest changes has been to my advantage because of my age is that a lot of the people that have been around for a lot longer than I have, B.A.S., Roland Martin, Rick Flunn, and whatnot, are educating the people like myself that are coming up through the ranks. Instead of 10 years ago, if you knew something, a technique or something, you wouldn't tell anyone about it. And now it's to the advantage of the younger people coming up because they can read up on things that, say, B.A.S. has learned through experience or Roland Martin has learned through experience, and really helping out the younger people that are getting involved in bass fishing.
But the weather's getting rough, and some of the fishermen look for safer and calmer coves to protect them from the 25-mile-per-hour winds. Still other fishermen stay where they find their fish, regardless of the weather. But Basil Bacon would prefer fairer weather. He's not interested in having his second-place position blown away. Agreeing with Basil is defending champion Hank Parker. There are times when Bo Dowden finds himself battling 2-foot-high wave trying to knock out his lead. Can jigging a 3/8-ounce jig and fork rind work along the edges of a weed bed on a day like this? If not, Bo will relinquish his most precious lead. As the crowd grows to over 3,000, the wives wait with high anxiety.
Not only is it dangerous and tough to negotiate that water just from a navigation standpoint, but stopping a boat out in that water and fishing those reefs, absolutely impossible.
But now it's all over. The parade begins that will carry the men to that final roll call. What is held in the live wells will tell all that needs to be told. Who has bested the best?
9 consecutive years. And folks, he has brought in the Baker. He may have won this tournament.
Roland Martin, 5 fish, 5 alive.
17 pounds even. Roland, how in the world do you do it?
I didn't think I was going to do it because the first 3 places I tried to fish today, I got blown off and I swung in about a 3.5-pound bass and it fell off the hook. And the next 3 keepers I hooked, I lost. And it wasn't until 11:15 till I caught my first fish.
All right.
Cliff Kraft has 4 fish. Maybe the weather didn't affect the fishermen after all.
13
just fought it out, Ray, and I actually made a mistake, a bad mistake. I left with 2.5 hours left to come. I didn't really think I could get back. I was down in Mouthville, Ontario, and did not know that I could get back because I like to not have got there this morning. And the wind really picked up and just fought it out. And just lucky to be back.
Uh-oh. Basil Bacon, currently in second place, has been completely shut out. The 40-mile-an-hour winds apparently caused problems for everybody. Hank Parker has only 2 fish, the only day he's been caught without a limit. It looks like these winds may have blown in a win for Roland Martin.
Well, the Classic's always the highlight of my tournament year. Really, the highlight of my life was fishing the Classic and winning it last year. It's the most excitement I've ever been involved in. Of course, Alexandria Bay up here, I always love this area. It's beautiful. The weather is kind of hectic trying to fish in this kind of wind, but that's the breaks anywhere you go.
Good weather,
that's just part of
bad
the game,
weather.
And maybe next
That's
time
all
we'll
a part
work
of
out
bass
bit.
fishing.
Folks, the top 10 is fixing to change right now with Randy Fight.
Here's Randy Fight, and he's got a limit. The second one of the day. His fortune may mean that there's still hope for Bo Dowden.
13 pounds, 2 ounces for Randy Fight. Folks, a nice hand.
John Powell has 3 fish. The tough weather really gave the boys problems, and if John can't bring in a limit on a day like today, where does that leave Bo Dowden?
Here comes Bo Dowden, folks. Let's give him a great hand. I don't know whether he's got fish or not, but Bo Dowden, look at his smile. Oh. Easy man, Bo Dowden. Bo Dowden never got in a hurry. There's another one. There's 4 bass. Not that big, though, Harold.
Bo has 5 big fish. He successfully fought off Mother Nature's wrath and brought in the 3rd limit of the day.
Hey, give the hand, Bo. Come on, let's go. Where's Gladys? Come down here, honey. Come on. Bo Dowden, 5 bass, 5 alive. And the weight, 15 pounds, 8 ounces. Bo Dowden is the champion.
September 26th, Alexandria Bay, Thousand Islands, New York, 5 p.m. The 10th annual Bassmaster Classic is over. One man proved he beat the best of the best. He took a 5-fish limit each day for a grand total of 54 pounds, 10 ounces. Parker managed just 2 fish on the 3rd day, which allowed Cliff Kraft to take over 3rd place. Basil Bacon, skunked, dropped from 2nd to 5th. 247 bass were caught, and 247 released unharmed. A 100% live return. Bo's check for $41,000 is the largest in professional bass fishing. And by winning the 10th Bassmaster Classic, Bo Dowden joins Bo Derrick as another 10.